Welcome. Hello. Hi. Secondly, I went to Sam's boat today and had some flounder with butter on it. Like this buttery sauce, shrimp, red beans, and rice. I was full. I overate, man. I overate. Definitely ate too much. I hate it when I eat too much. Nonetheless, let's respond to Josh Allen's video first. And then from there, we'll critique it. So without further ado, let's go. First, I'll show his video, then I'll give my response. Let's go.
It's extremely difficult. I feel like I let my teammates down tonight.
First of all, just want to make this quick response. Notice how right away he takes full acknowledgement. That's like what leaders do. He took full accountability for that shit. Especially being in the driver's seat of a team that is desperate and hungry for its Super Bowl. I give him commends to that.
This emotionally for us is what brought this on. It's just
Penalties throughout the game. It's been a long season. I hate how it ended, and it's gonna stick with me for a long time.
being 5 turnovers overall. I know it just happened, but I kind of think it felt like you guys kind of
Yeah, can't win with 5 turnovers. I fumbled twice, threw 2 picks.
That's the same thing we said in our game. Can't win the game. We have 5 turnovers. What a coincidence. We have 5 turnovers as well. One by Woody. And we have 4 turnovers by, you guess it, CJ Stroud.
Shoot yourself in the foot like that, you don't deserve to win football games.
Josh having said that, did it add the frustration kind of the way the game ended with a couple of questionable calls?
Yeah, I mean, losing that way regardless, losing in the playoffs is not fun, so.
Did you get an explanation on the Brendan coach play?
No.
Did you process how the team was able to stay in the game all the way to that catch or interception play in overtime despite all the adversity?
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that's, again, we were battle tested all year. Down 2 scores at halftime. Come out, sack, fumble, hold them to 3. Find ourselves leading that game. And if 1 or 2 plays go our way, it's a different story.
Josh, compared to the first half, we had 16 seconds, no timeouts. Why not just take it there?
Just trying to be aggressive. Can't do that.
Don't you just like it whenever the reporters will ask a dumbass question like, oh, why didn't you drop this one or do this one? It's like giving these kind of hypotheticals when the game's already over. It's like, dude, you're not going to understand it saying, well, you maybe should have went for 3 here, took the points or whatever. There's another thing of like saying, well, you could have drew this play up or this play up, and it's like, well, yeah, I mean, I could have, but given the point of moment, that wasn't the play that was called, and doesn't necessarily mean that the play that you said we should have did was going to work. I can tell that Josh Allen is hurting bad. He wants to win. He wants to win, and you could tell it's eating him up. Just imagine being the highest paid player on your team, that big contract extension and trying to get the Bills to the Super Bowl and just falling short. Take it from us. 7 divisional losses. Hadn't made an AFC Championship game since '77. It's stressful because it's one thing as a fan. I sit back and I look and I'm like, I want to get to AFC Championship, but I want to win the Super Bowl. It's different when you're actually in the uniform on the field. The pressure's on you. You're the one that's got to make plays, put your team in position to score, put your team in position to win games. In the playoffs, it just gets harder and harder as those defenses are just right on your ass. And I could tell by looking at him, he looks hurt, sad, depressed. It is so sad, man. I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say. I just feel completely like bad for the guy because I know damn well that I want to be in position to win games. I want my team to win a Super Bowl the same way that he wants his team to win a Super Bowl, man. And it fucking sucks, man. It fucking sucks. Hold on. Let me turn it up.
I haven't been doing a lot of talking other than I love my teammates and I'm extremely sorry and disappointed in how this ended.
Oh, he's hurt so bad. It breaks my heart.
Not at the moment.
You guys can hear me, right? Just making sure. All right. Man, that dude is such a warrior. You can tell he wants to win. You can't help but to feel bad. Sean McDermott, I heard, got fired. Is that true? Is that true that McDermott got fired? Let's find out. They said he got fired.
All right, not the result we wanted. I thought the guys played hard, and we had some chances at the end of the game to win it. Didn't fall our way, but I'm extremely proud of how hard the guys played. We had some guys go down again, some other guys stepped in and gave it all they had. So, tough way to end the season.
Can y'all hear me?
I'm proud of the guys.
Let me know if y'all can hear me in here.
Chance, you're coming on the road 2 weeks in a row, and you guys fought their butts off, man. And they know what they put out there in terms of the commitment, the effort, the toughness, the grit. What more could you ask for? Opportunities to win the game. We had a few of them, and at the end of the day, they didn't work out. And that's hard. You go into this, and you put a lot into it all season long, including this week, and that's why you play the game. Same time, these guys will learn. They learn some lessons from this game. And sometimes hard lessons.
Sean, did you get an excellent
Into that sequence of Brandon Cooks, what ended up being the interception, the timeout.
Yeah, so obviously I don't have the power to challenge, right? We're in overtime, so the flag is not an option to throw it down. So I called a timeout to try and get the process to slow down because it seemed like the process was not slowing down. It was a rather rapid unfolding of the review. There was review, and so I called a timeout to try and slow it down. It would seem logical to me. It would seem logical to me that it make a lot of sense that the head official would walk over and want to go and take a look at it just to make sure that everybody from here who's in the stadium to there
same page. That's too big of a play, in my estimation. Too big of a play, and in a play that decided the game, potentially throw to not even slow it down, and that's why I had to call a timeout.
I don't understand why they don't get challenges in overtime. Like, how do you not get a challenge in overtime? And another thing, they need to change the overtime rules. The whole, well, each team can possess the ball once, but if it's intercepted, then the team that intercepted, if they win, or if a safety is scored. But if both teams score, then it's the next score wins. How about you just do a whole goddamn quarter? Like overtime, a whole 15 minutes. Highest score wins. The higher score wins. I mean, like, why not just do that and make it easier, especially like in the playoffs? You got 15-minute quarters. Just make it a whole quarter. The higher score wins. It's like an extra quarter. And then if it goes to second overtime, then you can do something like first score wins. Like something. Don't start another Patriots dynasty. Well, it looks like it could be. I'll look at it like this. If my team don't win, I don't want anyone else to win. That's just the natural. That's just the natural fanhood in me. I don't want anybody else to win. I'm just greedy like that. Seahawks will win the Super Bowl, perhaps. Perhaps. Sean McDermott got fired. He was 98-50 as a head coach. Personally, I know he's lost a lot of playoff games, because I'm the first person to know about that. But at the same time, why would you fire somebody that's had a lot of success in Buffalo? 98-50. They've had playoff wins. Sure, they could have beaten the Broncos, but I don't think it merited him being fired. It's not like he had like losing record. You know? He's had a winning record every year. He takes the Bills to the playoffs every year. Like, how can you fire a coach like that? To me, that doesn't make any sense. I can understand you have losing seasons and stuff. That's understandable, but McDermott should not have gotten fired. He's a good head coach. And they should have kept him. It just kills me to see Josh Allen emotional the way he is. Kills me inside. It breaks my heart, man. I'm crying inside.
It's extremely difficult. I feel like I let my teammates down tonight.
See, he's 0-3 against the Chiefs, I believe, in the playoffs. We've lost twice to the Chiefs. We've lost twice to Baltimore. And we've lost 3 times to the Patriots in divisional play. So if anybody can relate to him, it's me. Right here. I can relate to that. The 3rd loss to New England in divisional round. And this stung really bad because I was really thinking this was our opportunity to get over the hump. I really thought Texans and Bills were going to face off in the AFC Championship game. And saying this would be a great opportunity for the Bills and the Texans, like 2 dark horse teams, to face off in the Final Four. Winner goes to the bowl. And Texans will not only go to the AFC Championship game, but host their first AFC Championship home game. So we're 0-7 in divisional play now. So the hurt that he feels is the same hurt that I feel right now. Only I'm crying inside. He's crying outside. It's the only difference.
Your emotion, this emotion for us is what brought.
Yeah, we need a home game in the divisional round. That is for certain.
It's been a long season. I hate how it ended, and it's gonna stick with me for a long time.
You could tell he wants to win so bad. You can see it in his face, his emotions, his like heart's ringing out. It really is hitting him. It is hitting him bad. I questioned Josh Allen if he was a choke artist. I kind of feel bad calling him that because that was the beginning of the year. But I could see that he puts 100% effort in every game. And there's very few people who put 100% in their work. And he's one of those guys. He wants to win bad. And you could tell. You can obviously tell. I'll let you see his footage. You can obviously tell he wants to win, man. It just breaks my heart, man.
I know it just happened. Everything felt like
Can't win with 5 turnovers.
We know all about that. We had 5 the last game against the Patriots.
Josh, having said that, did it add the frustration kind of the way the game ended with a couple of questionable calls?
Yeah, I mean, losing that way regardless, losing in the playoffs is not fun. So,
Did you get an explanation on the Brandon coach play again?
no.
Can you process how the team was able to stay in the game all the way that catcher interception play in overtime despite all the adversity?
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that's, again, we were battle tested all year. Down 2 scores at halftime. Come out, sack, fumble, hold them to 3. Find ourselves leading that game. If 1 or 2 plays go our way, it's a different story.
Josh, the play at the end of the first half, you had 16 seconds, no timeouts. Why not just end it there?
Just trying to be aggressive. Can't do that.
Josh, what did you say to your teammates?
I haven't been doing a lot of talking other than I love my teammates and I'm extremely sorry. I'm disappointed in how this ended.
Josh, you mentioned this has been particularly sticking out to you about this season.
Yeah, I agree, Chris.
Not at the moment. Thank you guys.
God, I feel so bad for that guy, man. All I know is he wants to win, man. You can tell that it's eating him, man. And that's a true leader right there. He took accountability. He said, look, I fucked up. I made turnovers. You can't commit turnovers. I'm going to go ahead and play CJ Stroud's press conference. And then from there, make some, address a couple of people. Address a couple of motherfuckers in here.
Embrace the pursuit.
And then after that, go about my business. Don't you love ads? Don't you love ads? Oh, let's go ahead and go to CJ Stroud.
And without him, I'm nothing. And I just appreciate him giving me this opportunity, this platform to play this great game with this great organization. So just grateful for that. I think I'm a pretty self-confident person. I think, when they started to pile up, I tried my best to, stay, locked in the spirit and, realizing I just got to be there for my teammates, and they encouraged me a lot through it. So I'm really appreciative of this team and, them doing that because they didn't have to. But yeah, it was not easy. It's something that I'm learning from, and I'm just grateful for my teammates for picking me up.
Yeah, you may be right, Chris.
Yeah, I look back at the season and just once again, I can't just be anything but grateful for the teammates I have, the coaches that I have, the organizations, the city of Houston, the fans, and I just, I look back and I just feel like I let people down, and I'm, not happy with that, and it hurts, and I'm not, naive to it. I didn't play my best this year, but I'm gonna, respond. I'm gonna, keep my chest up, my chin up high, and I'm gonna just keep battling for it. God before me, who can be against me, and I'm just gonna rely on that. But yeah, I think even today, just our team doing great. Our defense, getting stops. And I just being careless with the football. I gotta get that fixed, and something that I know I can. So I'm gonna get that done.
Man, I tell you what. One thing I like about this guy right here, he takes accountability. That's good. The thing that I liked after the game, D'Amico Ryans and the Texans players, especially on the defense side of the ball, they said, man, we're going to stand by this guy 100%. And that's how I feel the same way. CJ Stroud is what you guys could say all about all these haters. One thing you cannot say is that he's more successful in his 3 years as a quarterback than most of these quarterbacks combined currently in today's game. And in fact, I was watching a couple Cowboys video makers. Who's that one guy that does a comedy shit where he's like, y'all trash and stuff. And I go, okay. So he wants to go out there and say that CJ Stroud's trash. But the fact is that CJ Stroud has more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. So there was a couple Cowboys video makers I saw on here, especially Trash Talk, that were like, they were making videos like, the Texans, they got what they asked for. You guys want to talk shit to us? Blah, 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 blah. And you guys are getting worked up by a bunch of trolls. Come on, stop. So you get worked up by a bunch of trolls. So they want to take shots at CJ Stroud. And I'm like, but CJ Stroud got more wins than Dak Prescott, and it had more success than Dak Prescott. In fact, he's about to pass up Dak Prescott's win total in just 3 seasons. Maybe it'll probably take him another year or two. But in such the short time that Stroud has been here, he's had more success than Dak Prescott's entire career. So stop. Miss me with that shit. Like I said, CJ Stroud has more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. So Cowboys fans can talk about. We got 5 Super Bowls. Bet. But in today's game, since the 90s, you got none. Since the Texans been in this bitch, y'all have got none. 0. No Super Bowl appearances in the 24 years that we've been here. Y'all got 0. And we got more playoff wins than you. And CJ's got more playoff wins than Dak. That shuts that whole shit down with Dallas. Now, if they want to talk about their dusty-ass Super Bowls, go ahead. But since we've been in the league, you've had none. 0. Zilch. And I can guarantee you Stroud is better than Dak. Facts. They're better than facts. Better than Dak. Go ahead and find that video, by the way. Like I said, CJ's better than Dak. I guarantee you ask all 32 NFL teams, or if you took Texans and Cowboys out and asked all 30 teams, you got to pick CJ or Dak, they're going to pick Stroud every time. There may be a couple teams that may pick Dak, but the majority of them will pick Stroud. And I can guarantee you that shit. On God. Now, of course, there's some Colts fans, Jaguars fans, that'll leave comments here or there. And they'll talk shit, run their mouth. Duval, shit's annoying. It's like when the Niners fans come out and say, Niner gangbang, it's stupid. So say, Duval. I'm like, in 2017 and this year is the only years y'all can really say y'all done anything. Since 2008, you've had 3 playoff appearances. If that. 2017 is your golden year for the AFC Championship game. Oh, we got further than Houston. Okay, so fucking what? You got the AFC title game and you didn't win and you didn't got no bowl. So it don't matter if you made the Final Four. You want to go tit for tat? We've beaten you way more times than you beaten us. Go look at the all-time record. and it speaks for itself. We've beaten you more. We've won more division titles than you have. We've got more playoff wins in Jacksonville. And we're at the top of the echelon since 2011. We've made about 8-9 playoffs. And you guys have made shit 2-3 times. Thank you, Andreas Back. Go look at the overall rating. 32-16. Come on, stop. I'm not a Bills fan. I'm just responding to the commenter. Anyways, so we got a couple Colts fans that are a couple of haters, and there's one on Instagram in particular. He's a big hater of the Texans fans. And look, I'll be honest with you, I didn't hate Indianapolis as of recently, but after watching him, I hate Indianapolis more now than I did back then. I hate the Colts. They're the worst team in my division. I hate Peyton Manning. I hate Andrew Luck. I hate the Indianapolis Colts. They beat us every time they play us. I hate the wild card loss that Andrew Luck came and beat us in. I hate the Colts. There's no secret about it. I hate the worst in Tennessee, despite the fact they stole the Oilers from us. I hate the Colts more. I hate their Super Bowl that they have. I hate the Indianapolis Colts. I am a Colts hater. But, there's a couple of guys on Instagram, they'll talk shit and say, CJ Stroud is trash, blah, 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 blah. And, the Texans, they got what they asked for because they thought they were going to win a bowl. Well, let me see. First of all, we had the number one defense in the NFL. Facts. We've won 10 in a row. Facts. Okay? We've had more success in the last 15 years than any other team in our division combined. We've had more division titles than all those three teams combined. We've been dominant. We've been basically the Patriots of the South, the AFC South, just straight owning motherfuckers. And we've won 10 games in a row, and teams feared us this year. And that's facts. But yeah, you enjoy your one Super Bowl you have, because that's the only one you're ever going to have. And I guarantee you, we'll win one before Indianapolis does. Facts. And then you got the Titans Hearts. So Titans Hearts fans are a bunch of haters too. We got Salinas head coach. Okay, so what? We got D'Amico, motherfucker. We got D'Amico Ryans. And that's facts. Okay? So Tennessee Titans enjoy being at the bottom for a long time. Because we'll come back, we'll win the division again next year. Because all three of our teams are weak teams in our AFC South, say for us. And we're going to sweep you guys yet again. We're going to go 6-0 in the division. So we'll be back next year, and our defense is going to be scaring motherfuckers left and right. Especially when you got Will Anderson Jr. off that right side, off that edge rush. Man, and Hunter on the other. You guys are going to have some problems, AFC South. We're going to run away with the division yet again. So Stephen A. Smith is another fucking hater on CJ Stroud. Another piece of shit who's a grifter, who goes back and forth on politics, who goes back and forth on sports teams. The guy never can stick with one thing. So he has to grift back and forth for cheap clicks and views. And that's facts. So let's go ahead and listen to Stephen A. Smith. Hear what he's got to say.
However you book your flight, first check Kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites. Then
let's get through the ads. Let's hear what Stephen A. Smith has to say. I'm not done yet.
Texans 28-16 yesterday in a game C.J. Stroud would rather forget. The young quarterback threw 4 interceptions in the first half alone, including a pick 6. Houston was not able to overcome his mistakes. Or 3. Drake May touchdowns as the Patriots move on now to championship weekend. So here is C.J. Stroud and head coach D'Amico Ryans after the loss.
No, I look back and I just feel like I let people down, and I'm not happy with that. And, it hurts, and I'm not, naive to it. I didn't play my best this year, but I'm gonna.
CJ Stroud's my boy. Take straight ownership, saying, "I know I didn't play good this year."
Respond.
no, CJ's our guy. I believe.
See, D'Amico's got his back. And if D'Amico's got it,
in the second
I got his back.
And
flip it. I believe
Yeah.
he could play better. And he did that
Facts.
in the second half. He did play better.
Facts.
But it resulted in a loss. He played better, a little bit better, not quite over the top, I think, like they wanted. Or do you think C.J. Stroud's mistakes are the biggest reason the Patriots are now moving on?
Yes, but you have to understand, when you're evaluating a certain player, it's hard to evaluate what you just didn't have. You are already working at an uphill
That's Cam Newton.
battle with a sprained ankle and your knee brace scrubbing, and it's raining and drizzling on the slippery slope. It's just tough.
Thank you. At least Cam Newton at least acknowledged the weather conditions. He acknowledged the weather conditions. Warm weather city down here, up cold in New England, northeastern area, cold, snowing, ice, sleet, rain, you name it.
Well, you
It did have an effect.
That's out. When you're very limited to, the playmakers that's around you.
Thank you.
C.J. Stroud is still a young player
Thank you.
that needs help. He
Facts.
had a lot of help from his defense, and even with the turnovers, he still had opportunities to win this football game.
Exactly.
These are times or defining moments in careers that you have to say to yourself, going into the offseason, hey, I have to be better here. Now, understand that I have to be better. D'Amico Ryans and that whole organization also has to get talent equipped enough for him to be better, to not necessarily want to do more, but to have the help to do more.
And he has the help. He already has the help. He has two solid running backs in Nate Chubb and Woody Marks running the ball. He already has prolific wide receivers. Yes, Nico was out. Yes, Schultz was out. He'll be back next year. Nico will be back next year. Xavier Hutchinson's been making big plays. Noel's been making big plays. So, yes, the help is there. We already have the roster. We just need an extra tight end. And Dell was out. Thank you. So as soon as we get our tight end and we get ourselves maybe a couple guys in the O-line, we will be fine. Run this shit back again.
It's at 5 takeaways.
The talent is there.
What do you think? Biggest reason they're moving on? Is it CJ?
Yeah, it is. Wonderful kid. Tremendous talent. I don't know what the hell has happened to him. It's shocking to see what has happened to him. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I believe in the kid. I don't believe for 1 second that the Texans should give up on him or anything like that. I think that such a conversation is ludicrous, but only with this caveat. If CJ believes. Because as awful as the stats were yesterday, I'm going to lean on what Damian Woody said on Get Up earlier this morning when he said he looked defeated early on. He didn't look like himself. He exuded no confidence whatsoever. And I think that that's the thing to be concerned about. Now, I understand that if you played the game like these two cats have, you know exponentially more than people who haven't. But it's important to recognize that some things are just incredibly obvious. You can say 1 + 1 = 2. When you look at the Texas defense, there isn't an offense alive that shouldn't have more confidence in themselves if that's the defense that I got playing with the same uniform.
Yes.
That defense is elite in Houston. And you know they're going to give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. We're looking at C.J. Stroud. 5 interceptions and 5 fumbles, 2 lost in these playoffs in just 2 games. Just 2 games. That's 7 turnovers, 4 interceptions in the first half, 43% completions, a career high 4 interceptions in the first half, 3 sacks, a career worst 28 passer rating. I mean, my God, across the board, it was awful. And you just look at it and it's like, what the hell is going on? What's wrong? What is wrong? Because you know he's much better than that. That makes no sense. And for him, yesterday, it just hurt me, RC, and I texted RC during the game. I was like, it hurt because it was like, damn, he looks defeated. You looking at him, and y'all know this. Come on, y'all watch. You on the other side of the board. You like, look at him. We got him. We got him. You can see that. That was so sad.
RC, you were at the game.
Yeah. First off, that's little bro to me. So
Yes.
I say that before I even make my comment.
Mad love for him.
Yeah. So C.J. Stroud is not only the reason the Pats won. C.J. Stroud is his play yesterday is the reason that the Houston Texans defense won't get to go on a historic run to the Super Bowl because they're that good.
Right.
This was supposed to be 2000 Baltimore Ravens. This was supposed to be 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This was supposed to be 2013 Seattle Seahawks.
I wouldn't compare him to the 2002 Bucks. the Bucs finished off as the second seed that year. I would say that maybe the Seattle Seahawks, argumentatively, maybe you could draw that same comparison, but not the Bucs of 2002. No.
Stroud's interceptions in the first half, 3 of them are egregious. 3 of them are unacceptable. They're things you can't do. We also have to remember you're without Dalton Schultz. You're without Nico Collins. You're without Trent Brown. You're without a running game. So you got to say to yourself, if you're CJ Stroud, what can I not do? That's turn the football over. I can't be careless with the football. I can't throw an interception that ends up in 6 points directly for Marcus Jones. And all of those things he did, he has to check himself. He has to walk into this offseason and remember, I'm the quarterback that's gotten my team to the playoffs 3 years in a row. I'm the quarterback that's won a playoff game the first 3 years of my career. And the same conversations we're having about CJ Stroud this week, we should have been having about Justin Herbert last week, who faced this same defense for the New England Patriots, who should be getting talked about much higher and much more than we are, because they're the 4th best defense in all of football. This is a self-check for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's the quarterback of the future for the Houston Texans. That's not a conversation we need to have, right? But it's, how do we value you? Do we value you as one of these guys that gets these contracts that sets the market? Or are we trying to bargain you to get you in the building for a price that we feel like works for us so we can keep this defense that we feel is the best in the world? That's what yesterday was about, and he needs to be better.
Well, the thing that when you observe the New England Patriots, the first thing that is glaringly obvious is Drake May is playing good football. Up until this point to the playoffs, right? Now, when you get into the playoffs, then you ask yourself, how and why are they winning? They're not winning because of the offense. Let's just be abundantly clear. They're winning because of their defense. Their defense has led all teams in the playoffs with turnovers, with fumble recoveries, and just takeaways all inclusive. So for me, when you start to see, okay, it was the Chargers. Okay, it was the Texans. Now with this matchup coming up this week, it's going to say, okay, does this particular team in Denver, obviously led not by
That's the only thing I don't get about the New England Patriots argument about as to people are saying that Patriots had an easy schedule. Shit sounds retarded. The first and foremost, when Drake May was drafted this year, no one had the Patriots winning the AFC East. Let's just make that very clear. Yes, some people, predicted that, New England would win. Probably Patriots fans were like, hey, we drafted Drake May, we're going to win. But that's probably just the fanhood, But nobody was picking New England to win their division. No one. And no one was picking New England to make the playoffs this year. They thought, this would be a rebuilding year. And where credit is due, New England didn't have a very good start at the beginning of the year. They had a very great finish. Okay? So, with this whole ordeal that the Patriots had an easy schedule, wasn't really mentioned until it was the end of the year and Patriots happened to be winning games and became a very good team, was in position to possibly the number 1 seed going up against the Broncos. No one expected the Patriots to even be that far, let alone have an easy schedule. So I think that was a little ludicrous for them to bring that up. Let me go ahead and play the rest of the minute video.
It's given a very, very, resort type, way to the Super Bowl. But Cam, but they're still playing. They're still playing at a high level. But I have to mention, it's like, yo, bro, Justin Herbert, Cam, it don't matter who you play. Like this defense right now for the New England Patriots is playing at the highest level of any outside of Seattle.
They are. I agree.
When you play against Justin Herbert, who is a transcendent talent, he has athletic traits that you have.
First of all, give credit to New England for shutting down Justin Herbert and for shutting down C.J. Stroud. Like, just flat out. This playoffs, Patriots defense is right there with Seattle. Like, both teams are fairly even matched up. With no discredit to the Rams, because I think the Rams out of those three teams are probably the third best, but they're not that far apart from Seattle and from the Patriots. If given Bo Nix was playing and didn't break his ankle, I would still say Denver would be slightly above all four of them. But nonetheless, Denver, if you don't get a quarterback to play this game, you're in trouble. There's no way you're going to win without a quarterback, bro. We had a quarterback, and look what happened to us. That Patriots defense is scary. Flat out. No cap. They're a scary team to look after. And do I think they'll be a dynasty? Who knows? But could they possibly win this year? Maybe. They got the defense to do it. In the playoffs, you need a defense more so than an offense. And I believe that the Patriots got the defense to possibly win it all. But like I said, Seattle is right there with them on their ass. We could be seeing a rematch of Patriots-Seahawks again. Or even Patriots-Rams.
And you shut him down.
Denver says, keep looking past us.
Milton Williams takes over the game. And now you play against Stroud, and you know the margin of error is slim because of how good the Houston Texans defense is. And you get an opportunity next week to play against a Jarrett Stidham-led Denver Broncos. This is the New England Patriots doing exactly what you're supposed to do when you play people that don't show up like you.
You're right. In terms of New England, they deserve all the props in the world. That defense is showing up, no doubt about it. But offensively, what do? 13 first downs, 3 for 14 on third downs, averaging 3.9 yards per play. There was nothing to write home about. That doesn't mean they can't be had. If you get serviceable quarterback play, you can beat New England. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to the Super Bowl. But my God, I mean, between Herbert and Stroud has, again, I believe in the brother. But it's just that you got to look in the mirror, man, and you got to find your confidence again because he looked defeated.
Yeah. Okay, so with the loss for the Texans, they now fall to 0-7 in the divisional round. Patriots are moving on to face, the...
So, apparently that this is a clickbait video. Stephen A. Smith really didn't hate on Stroud. So I take back what I said about Stephen A. Smith. He is a grifter, though. That is true. But he didn't hate on Stroud. So I take that back, what I said about Stephen A. Smith. The thing is, yes, C.J. Stroud had a bad year. Yes, he's been playing like shit. Yes, he's been playing hurt. A hurt leg, a hurt hand, a hurt kneecap. He's had some injuries. The O-line doesn't really block well. He collapses in the pocket. CJ gets careless at his throws. Biggest weakness. Hurt head. Yeah, thank you, Andres. A hurt head. They also didn't contribute the fact that, despite the fact that CJ was hurt, we still managed to win some games. We managed to win 10 in a row. Our defense. But what really hurt was the fact that the cold weather played a part. I don't care what anyone says. That cold weather up there in Pittsburgh and New England ain't no joke. Those teams are used to playing in that shit. And we are not. That's why it's important, very important, that we need to get the number 1 or number 2 seed. It's important that the Texans need to get a home game for the divisional round, which means not only have to win our division, but we have to secure a home game in at least the second round as well. I'm not trying to pass the blame off. I understand it was Stroud's fault we lost for the majority of it. Injuries, the cold weather, a lot of factors kicked in. Pre-existing injuries. No one talks about that. It happens. It's part of the game. 2026 season. Absolutely. But we got running backs already. Plus, we got receivers. But yeah, if Dell comes back, that does help. Absolutely. Now let's get to some more haters. 49ers. 49ers. You know, it never just amazes me of a fan base of people that take pride in throwing up gang signs. It never seems to amaze me of an annoying ass fan base that comes to other people's houses in drones, talking shit, running their mouth, trying to start fights. Niners gang bang, yeah, gang, Niner gang bang. That shit's annoying. On God, it's just annoying as shit. Why can't you just be a classy fan base instead of being classless? You guys came to the link and was starting fights. I've seen the videos of you going around starting fights with Eagles fans, which I'm not saying they're perfect because I'm about to get on their ass. You guys are notorious for being annoying. You're almost like Raiders fans. Same shit. So anyways, Niners fans are like, oh, CJ Stroud's overrated. Well, let me put it to you like this. We're going to win a bowl before you guys win your next one. And that's facts. Because Kyle Shanahan's a choke artist. And that's facts. DeMeco's a better head coach than Kyle Shanahan. And that's facts. All right? That's big facts. So we'll win a title before you win yours. You could stamp it, hook it, put it on, whatever. We will win our championship first before you win your next one. That's facts. All right? Now let's go to the Eagles fan base. Another annoying fan base. Now, granted, you won last year, and I'll give you your flowers for that. But we all know that the tush push is a bullshit play. Look at the replay and see multiple times that your offensive line is committing false starts to allow the first down to take place. And guess who allows it? The referees. Multiple times, guys committing false starts. That's why the tush push is the way it is. It's because the referees allow it. Period. So you won your game last year. And you can say what you want about CJ Stroud. Say what you want. All right? But Hurts is just going to be another one-year wonder. He's going to have one Super Bowl in his trophy case. That's it. And CJ Stroud is very capable of having two or possibly more, which is going to be more than Philly. And that's facts. All right? That is facts. So there's a number of fan bases that are haters, just natural haters. Whether it's Cowboys, Colt Tards, Titan Tards, Jag Tards, or the link in Eagles classless fan base, or San Francisco in the Niner gangbang, Niner gangbang. No matter who it is, they're just a bunch of Stroud haters. And they're just mad because our team had more success in the last 3 years with Stroud than all those teams combined with their quarterbacks. I guarantee you Stroud is better than Brock Purdy. He's better than Jalen Hurts. He's better than whoever the Colts have, the Jaguars have, and the Titans are. You can say, oh, you're just trolling. No, I'm not trolling. The facts is CJ Stroud is easily a top 10 quarterback, and that's facts. The Giants and Harbaugh. Well, the Giants made a good move. They hired one of the Harbaugh brothers. And maybe they need a head coach with winning experience to make the Giants one of the best. Who knows? Could he lead Jackson Dart into the future? Jackson Dart is one hell of a quarterback. Like I said, the Texans will win a Super Bowl with CJ Stroud. And you could bookmark and stamp it. We have the roster to do it. It takes a lot of growing pain to go through the losing seasons to get to this point to where when we finally win one, we can rub it back in y'all's faces. The CJ Stroud has more heart than most of these NFL quarterbacks. And that's facts. Josh Allen, same fucking thing. He has a lot of heart. And you can see it. He wants to win bad. I want to win bad. 0-7 in divisional play. We're going to see what Will Anderson has to say. Let's go, Will.
Better deal with one of these big boys.
Most definitely. The future's still bright here. I think we have a really great core here. Offense, defense, special teams, teaching. And like I said, man, it's just still trying to figure out a way how we can get over this hump. But man, you talk about a special group. This is really a special team.
Yes, it is.
Special players, a lot of special things that happen.
Yes, it is.
Keep building off of that.
You defended, obviously, CJ after the game.
Yeah.
A lot of strong words. What kind of conversations did you have with him if you were able to speak with him?
Yeah, most definitely. It's just brother talk. You know what I'm saying? Family talk, man. And just knowing that we're all behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I really appreciate about this locker room is that we don't go out into the media and bash anybody, bash our teammates, do any of that stuff, because that's not how we're built. That's not the culture that we have here. Anything that we feel the type of way about, we can sit down and talk about it. But man, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all battle through things. We all go through any type of pain and suffering, man. So like, the last thing you need is for your brothers to be beating you down. You know what I'm saying? So like, this was an opportunity for us to grow and to get better and to get closer, and that's what we're doing.
I like that shit. I like that response by Will Anderson. Gotta love the guy. You gotta love his energy. This team worked together. They didn't bash each other in social media. The fan base stuck behind them. And this team has what it takes to be a championship team. We just need a game plan in playoff games in cold weather. And we need to win our division. Lock up a number 1 or 2 seed next year. We need to aim high. I believe that we have the roster to win a Super Bowl. I believe that we have receivers, tight ends, running backs, and we have a defense and a quarterback that's capable of doing so. We're just missing a couple pieces on the offensive line and maybe an extra tight end, because we need a tight end. Other than that, I think this team is about 95 to 98% complete. On God. We are complete. This team had a good season. I don't care what anyone says. We won 10 in a row. We started the season off 3-5. We were written out, not making the playoffs this year. We won 10 games in a row. And we've beaten good quality playoff teams during that stretch. Made the playoffs, embarrassed the Pittsburgh Steelers, embarrassed Aaron Rodgers, and ripped the soul out of the Pittsburgh Nation in dirty towel. We got so cocky that I believe some people look past the Patriots based on their inexperience, based on Drake May's rookie season. And I told everyone, don't do that. New England has an amazing defense. A scary defense. Just like ours. And that defense was put in some of the best pass rush that I've ever seen on us. So a lot of people want to hate on Stroud, but no one gives credit to the Patriots defense for being that damn good. They were that good. You're a Bears fan, but you feel your pain. I know. Bears 85 Super Bowl, Mike Ditka. That 85 Bears team is one of the most talked about NFL teams in modern history. The 77-78 Steel Curtain Pittsburgh's another one. They beat my Houston Oilers. No, I was not born that time. But they beat my Oilers twice with Terry Bradshaw, quarterback, who is now an announcer. So if anybody knows about failures, it's right here in Houston. We've lost the Houston Oilers. They moved on to Tennessee. They were the Tennessee Oilers for 2 seasons and became the Titans. Then they refused us to sell the rights. Then they stole our quarterback who's from the 8C where I'm from, in Harlem Clark, Vince Young, and gave us Mario Williams, which Mario Williams wasn't that bad. I actually have Mario. But at the same time, we've also had a lot of success. Multiple division titles, multiple playoff appearances, multiple playoff victories, most wild card, and of course, the thing hanging over our head, 0-7 divisional round. So if anybody knows about failure, it's us. I refuse to root for the Titans. Are you from Chicago by any chance? Stroud needs to clean up his turnovers. Yes, he does. I believe that this is a growing experience for Stroud, and he will get better. No need to trade. No need to tear the fort down. None of that bullshit. Okay? I believe we have a team that can win a Super Bowl. I think we can contend for a deep playoff run next year. I believe in our players. I believe in our defense. I believe in our offense. We're just missing a tight end and some offensive linemen. Our draft needs are not really that much this year. I'm telling you guys, we got a good squad. Your dad's side, but I'm not. Kind of remind me of my girl, man. She's a Chargers fan, and her dad's from San Diego, but she was born in Phoenix. So she technically should be a Cardinals fan, but her dad grew her up on Chargers. And then they moved to here, and then her mom's side are all Cardinals fans. All Cardinals fans. Her dad's side is Chargers fans. So she was born in Phoenix, but grew up a Chargers fan. So let's go ahead and listen to more of Will Anderson, and we'll go from there.
When you guys were at this point, you talked about the importance of starting early in the team.
Yeah.
If that we get it.
Yeah.
What do you do different next year?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I think it's consistency. And I think it's really just when you get to this game right here, which is one of the toughest games to play in, it's just really about the execution and making small, like mistakes. Like you can't make mistakes. You got to take advantage of the opportunities that come. So those are the ways that we just have to keep experiencing and learning from those little mistakes and situations that happen, situational football, those things. But like I said, I think we're right there. I think we have a really special group, good core of guys that's here, and I'm excited about the future of Texans.
How much time will you give yourself personally to reflect on the season, maybe this tough loss before you flush it?
Yeah, really big, man. It's like I said, this season was so special, such a big group of special guys. It's like, dang, like I wish we could have did it with this group, man. But I know next year we're gonna keep getting the right guys in here, keep getting the right people in here, the people that's already in here, keep bonding together, and keep getting better. And I think it's just the consistency part of keep building this culture and getting the people in here that we know fit the culture.
Well, how
This at a
encouraging.
community event last summer, you told me you would love to be a long-term Texan. You're now eligible to do that.
Yeah.
How much is that something that you hope that you can do it as soon as this offseason and have your representatives do some business with the Texans?
Yeah, most definitely. Of course, I want to be here my whole career.
I love that shit. Icing on the cake. He said he loves it here and he wants to spend the rest of his career as a Texan. We got to build a culture like that. We got to build a culture instead of breaking people down and trying to run them off like other fan bases do, like other organizations do. We need to build a culture like that where people actually want to be here. They actually want to play here. They want to play for DeMeco Ryans. DeMeco Ryans is that kind of guy that makes you, he fires you up. He's a defensive guru. He played for the Houston Texans from 06 to 11 for 5 fucking years. If anybody can get this team to play here, it'd be that guy. DeMeco Ryans was the right fit, the right hire. He's had 3 playoff appearances in 3 years. Anybody that says different is just blowing smoke up their ass. And yes, there's some Texans fans that are CJ Stroud haters. And they were like, you should start Davis Mills. Man, that dude is trash. He had 3 good games this year. Okay, granted. I'll give him his flowers. But he's been here for a long time. And I don't want him nowhere seeing the field. That dude is trash. If you could tell me he'd be a great backup quarterback, I could beat those drums for you and say, okay, I got you. But if you sit here and say he's a starting quarterback, then I'd have to really question your evaluation of football IQ, because Davis Mills is not a starting franchise quarterback. Fuck no. Especially they say to put him in the playoff game against the Patriots. With that weather condition and the way that the defensive line was blitzing every play and putting pressure on Stroud, Mills would have had the same shit. Would have had the same shit, man. I'm not giving up on Stroud. I don't care what people say. All the haters can talk all their shit and get mad. We'll look at CJ Stroud's highlights. Let's look at that next, and I'll just evaluate it. Why not? I'm bored. Let's see. Might be the worst quarterback performance ever. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. I'm trying to see what highlight I want to pull off. Hold on, give me a second. I got to look through videos because... Give me a second. Didn't we beat the Patriots in week 6? If I'm correct. Somebody help me out. That was last year, I believe. That was last year. All right, let's just go to the Patriots-Texans highlights and go from there. I'll try not to play too much sound because the last thing I want to get is flagged. Hate this shit. Hate when I get fucking flagged, man. We're going to play the highlights. I'll give my... Sean McDermott got canned averaging 10 wins a year. No coach is drawing anybody. You got to win championships to make people want to be there. Yeah, but only one team's going to win. It's extremely hard to do. I'd rather have a coach that's going to win games and put us in position than have to keep fishing for another coach every other year. You see franchises that do that, and they don't have success. Let's go ahead and look at the highlights, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions. Let's go. I'm trying not to play any sound. Man, that was a good run up the middle. You can see the weather was an issue. Okay, that was a good run to the right where he cut back to the right. I'll give him that. I missed the first part of the game, by the way. I was on my way to my buddy's house watching the game, and I left kind of late, and I said, look, I might miss the first 30 minutes. So I missed this drive. 4th and 1, they went for it. That was a great catch, and that was a touchdown. Missed tackle. That happens. And he was wide open, just up the middle. All right, so let's see what Stroud was 0 for 3. 8 minutes in the first. Get rid of it. Running. Okay, gets the pass off. That was a good pass. That was a good catch by Higgins. Higgins is a good pickup, by the way. I like Higgins, personally. That was a good pickup that we had with Higgins, by the way. I like that guy. We got him from Iowa State. Big 12 alumni. Well, I'm a UT guy, but I know all about the teams in the Big 12. Don't you just love YouTube ads? They love me too. They don't love me, but I love them. Come on. Okay. Christian Kirk's been a great addition too to this team. Yep. That's why I don't like playing videos. Because of this shit. The NFL just hates my guts. Let me see if I'm still alive, which I'm probably not. Am I live? Let me see. Yeah, I am. Let me comment on my own video. Yeah, I thought I got flagged at first. But I didn't. I think I did, but I didn't. They probably just put a copyright strike. That's okay. I'll live with a copyright strike. Not a big deal. I'll survive. I'm just going to show the first interception. That kind of makes sense. I'll show all the interceptions and give my thoughts to them. Come on. These damn highlights are killing me. Hurry up. These goddamn ads, boy. All right, let's go ahead and show it again. Fuck this shit. Stroud throws it. Okay, where the fuck was that pass going to? You got to be kidding me. So resulted in a field goal. Over the shoulder was wide open. Oh, you were open. Fake the handoff. Throws it up the middle. Incomplete. Okay, so good job on the defense. Our defense was there. Look at Will Anderson just wanting to get in there so bad. Look at that fumble. Patriots got it. They're lucky they didn't cough that shit up to us. That would have been a touchdown. Stroud. That was completed. That's first. No, that was short of the first. You have to go for it here. You have to. And he got it. First down. Good job with Nick Chubb up the middle. Stroud with a fake handoff. I don't know where that pick was going to. Jesus. Lord of mercy. Stroud. Where the fuck was that pick going to, man? Oh, my God. That hurts. Oh. That knee was down, bro. He got it. Granted, he made a good play. I'll give him credit for that. That was a good play by the Patriot defense there. Look at that. Down. Knee down. He barely had that in, too. That was in. Yep, knee barely touched. Look at that. It barely hit the edge of the grass. You know, you got to give credit to the Patriots, too. They made some plays today. They made some plays in that game. Go fast forward a little bit. Drake May runs up the middle. He fumbled the ball. Texans got it. Good job on the defense there, by the way. The strip sack and stripping the ball out of May's hands. Good job. Don't you hate YouTube ads? It's like God hates me. We're going to get these ads out the way, guys. Give me a second. Look at that fumble. Boom! What do y'all think of that fumble right there? Look at that defensive play we made. And y'all talking about we ain't got a Super Bowl caliber defense. Come on, man. Come on, man. Good pass. See, CJ did throw some good passes. He didn't have a bad game the entire way. Damn, they stripped the helmet off that boy. See, look, Patriots blitz. Touchdown. My boy, Christian Kirk. That was a good pass. Look at that. Boys in the pocket, over the shoulder, and y'all saying CJ Stroud is trash. Come on, man. Stop. Stop. That boy is not trash. Drake got hit? No. Ooh, he got lucky. He got lucky on that play. The Texans rush 4. That was a wide open pass, incomplete. You know, I haven't seen the Texans secondary this good in years. I think since we made the playoffs back in 2019, I don't think I've seen a secondary this good. And of course, that was another interception, another pick. Put it on. Still mode. See, he was rushed there. Look at that. He had nowhere to go. Still got rid of it. And of course, New England picked it off and it turned into what? A pick 6. Okay, maybe CJ, we can make the argument that he could have took the sack. Maybe he could have took the sack. Rather than heave it up. I get it. That one's on him. That one's on him. He should have just took the sack. Maybe it would have been better than giving up a pick 6. Let's see what he does here. 2nd and 11. Up the middle. Hutchinson, first down. I don't think he sucks as bad as they say he does. I just think he had a bad game. Is CJ up the middle? Okay. Now, this particular interception here is a little bit different. Watch the replay. It was tipped, deflected by our own receiver, Hutchinson. Caught, New England defender. You can make the argument that that really wasn't his fault. That was more on the fault of Hutchinson for at least that one. Texans fans, am I correct? Mike Henry. Andreas. Who's that interception more on, Stroud or the receiver or Hutchinson? Was Hutchinson the beast, by the way? Just saying. That's more on Hutchinson. And we'll watch some more of these highlights. Where is Caitlin when you need her? Go Broncos. I'm not a Broncos fan, but yeah. The Broncos are in trouble. Drake May got sacked. That Texans pass rush was putting a lot of pressure. You think not on? Stroud? That was on Hutchinson. He's the one that made the interception happen on that play. Okay, Stroud in the take. Look at that, man. Okay, what was he doing there? But I think that pass was going forward. Oh, we got bailed out on that one. Okay, fake the handoff. Up the middle. The catch was made. Okay. Open field. Down at the 29. Is that Butte? Booty, or however you say his name? That was a catch. Is that Diggs? No, that's Booty. Butte. Booty. Okay, that pass up the middle. Touchdown. That's the Stephon Diggs. That's the one that got what's her name pregnant? Cardi B. You gotta love these YouTube commercials. These YouTube ads are just unbelievable. You guys can still hear me? Don't worry, we almost do the highlights. We almost done. What a nasty catch by Diggs. That was a good catch. I'll give him that. You know, hey, look, give the Patriots some credit here for making plays. Okay? Oh, my God. Where was Woody Marks going on that play? CJ up the middle. That's a catch by Higgins. Boy, I love Higgins. I love me some Higgins. Fake the handoff. Defense is coming. Get rid of it. Was that an interception? Hold on. Let me see. No control. No possession. No possession. Possession. Damn it, that's a fucking catch. God damn it. I don't know what CJ was thinking on that play. I think it was so more the Patriots defender just being able to read the screen better. Happened to just jump in front of it. Just happened to make an amazing play. Some of these picks were clear, and some of them, the play had to be made. That was one of the cases there. Come on, Stroud. You'll shake it off next year. That's incomplete. Fourth down. Come on, Stroud. Damn, he got sacked. No, he ain't getting nowhere. We needed points in the first half. I'm shocked the Patriots here didn't try to at least try to get 3 points when you got 30 seconds left. And you allow the clock to run, I think, to 13. And I remember that. I'm thinking, what are the Patriots thinking of? Why didn't they call a timeout the minute they got sacked? Interception. 21-10 at the half. Stroud throws. That's a catch. To Hutchinson. Boy, I love me some Hutchinson. Woody! Incomplete. They held us to fourth down. We have to kick a field goal here. Good job on the Patriots defense for holding us in the red zone. Catch up the middle. Down. Got a punt. It's cold, baby. It's cold. Look at that. Another forced fumble. Texans get it. Alshire with the recovery. Texans ball. See, there goes that defense again.